Stripping Aquafina, I'm sipping 15, kept a weapon on me. Flow make digits, I'm on my business, stack chicken like what it's gonna be. Crew in the cut, hey, you want us? Yeah.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It is your boy Earth Mac, the mad scientist.
Boy, the infamous Alvin. I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good.
The infamous Alvin Staley, man. This is Pro Wrestling Talk Live, ladies and gentlemen, on this Tuesday night, man. I see the Fiend in the background. I see random hands in the background. You're being haunted in your own house.
By my old dog of a daughter, man.
Old dog of a daughter. And our third special guest, Auburn.
Yeah.
Call it Auburn old dog to terrorists.
That's what I do. That's what I deal with.
Yeah, man. So I know we had a show last night, myself and Vivo, and we talked about our Sunday night show for our Patreon subscribers, and we're definitely gonna keep going on the Sunday train, Sunday Monday train, with dropping Patreon only uncensored videos for our Patreon subscribers in our $15 tier. And that's when myself, Alvin, Boogie Blends, and Vivo, and some more of our Orange Phoenix staff in the future are going to have conversations about everything in nerd culture. And this time, though, it's not just as clean, though. This time we're going to be drinking a little bit of alcohol, have a few libations, you know what I'm saying? So, it's going to get off the rails. It kind of got off the rails on Sunday, just a little bit. We found out that Vivo's a gangster, you know what I mean? With that.
A former Viking,
151 straight, a straight shooter out here. Mm-hmm. And we had a good time. We had a good time, and that's straight up for the $15 tier people. And again, for the Geek Corner members that want to know what includes in this $15 tier, not only do you get the Patreon only video content, you actually enter into a drawing every other month to get something from us. Also, you have the option to get some free gear from our online store. So you got that going. Also, you do get the magazine every other month. And also, you have access to the previous magazines in the past, all the way up to the current. So you get all that in the $15 tier. The $5 tier gets you every other month of the magazine. And also in the months that the magazine don't come out, you automatically get entered into the drawing as well. So $15 tier gives you a little bit more, especially with the video content that we put out there. So go ahead and continue to support us. Sign up. Also, with this YouTube channel, with the Orange Phoenix Geek Corner, man, we are at 242 subscribers. And shout out to all the subscribers that is on our YouTube channel, because we've grown pretty fast. And the more likes these videos get, the more comments, the more interactions we get, the better content we can put out there, and just spread the word, because we talk about everything in geek culture. Tonight we're talking about some pro wrestling, because I'm not even gonna lie to you, Al. It's a little bit of a slow week this week as far as news goes, but this weekend coming, though, Saturday and Sunday, just like the thumbnail said, we got AEW Double or Nothing. I think it's the 5th anniversary. It's like the anniversary of AEW. And also on Saturday, we got the King of the Ring, Queen of the Ring tournament. And I want to say, correct me if I'm wrong, Saudi Arabia, right?
Yes, sir. Jeddah.
Yeah. Yes, in Jeddah, in Saudi Arabia. So before we get into the pro wrestling, man, infamous Al, man, what you been up to, bro? What you been up to the past couple of days?
Well, I've just been hanging. Real quick, like you said, we had the pod on podcast on Sunday. Shout out to the homie Vivo. We now know Vico was a former Viking. Is a former Viking in her previous life. But hey, all I know, Vivo, love you, girl. You now you're family. So everything's been good since Sunday. Of course, gotta work. Caught me a little bit of wrestling. Like you said, it's been a slow week, but of course, we got Jeddah coming up for King and Queen of the Ring. Everyone, this is my crazy daughter Alvin. And plus, we got Double or Nothing coming up.
Yes, sir.
I feel like yeah, AEW's got Wembley.
Yeah,
Double or Nothing hits different. That's Double or Nothing is like saying, hey, we're AEW and this is where it all started. So Double or Nothing hits there. Double or Nothing, all in or all out. I mean, it's a slow week for wrestling, but it's about to pick up. And plus,
yes, sir.
as you saw my background, real quick, rest in peace to Bray Wyatt. But if you've been keeping up with the barcodes, Brother Bo / Uncle Howdy is on the way. Help is on the way, family.
Help is on the way.
Help is on the way. So whoever he's going to torment first, I can't wait to see it.
Man, listen. Now this news just now broke. Right before we got on the show, man. The Tonga sisters are free agents as of right now. The Tonga sisters tag team, they are free agents. So somebody commented under their free agent deal. What they tweeted, and someone like Tony Khan has the Monet, if you catch what I'm saying. And then the Tonga sisters was like, I see what you did there. The Tonga sisters might go to AEW they might pull up on Sunday, or they might go to WWE, hang out with Nia Jackson, have their own female bloodline situation going on, which will be bonkers. But just so you know, news just broke. The Tonga sisters are free agents, so there's some money being shelled out as from today of that announcement on till Saturday and Sunday. So we might have something going.
I had the privilege to actually see them wrestle a few times on WoW, and these ladies can go. I don't want to call them girls. I want to be disrespectful. Yo, these women can go. So that's breaking.
That's breaking. It just broke like literally. I would say maybe like less than an hour ago, and I was like, "Oh man, okay." So that's definitely newsworthy. So the Tonga sisters are out here. So, if I was TNA, AEW, WWE,
I'd say highest bidder / best environment / better chance to succeed. So all three of those play different because WWE can offer them better money.
Of course.
But AEW could be a better atmosphere, or TNA could. So, I mean, then again, New Japan. So, I mean, it's...
New Japan. I mean, Stardom. I wouldn't go to Stardom. I wouldn't. That would be at the bottom of my list considering what happened. You know, not what happened, but the people that left Stardom and either at WWE or at Rossi's Marigold, because they just had that like last week with Julia. And Julia already slated to come to WWE. So your best three bets is really TNA, AEW, WWE. And honestly, it's about who's sending you the most money. And if I was TK, yes, I'd be shelling out some money. And clearly the Tonga sisters and Mercedes Moné have some sort of relationship. I'm not sure what the relationship is, but they have some sort of relationship. But that will be dope to see. And that also will be dope to see them and Nia Jax together as like this female bloodline faction. That so you can't go wrong either way.
And see, also, they may not. I can see Triple H sending them to NXT, and they run roughshod through it. I can see them in NXT from July to the end of the year, and they show up. They show up the start of the year and just run roughshod through NXT, because nothing against the women that they have down there. Yeah. But until Nikita Lyons comes back, what's my girl that's the NXT Women's Champ down there now? I always forget.
Oh man, you put some pressure on me because I haven't watched NXT like that.
But I normally do. But matter of fact, let me look up the. Look her up real quick. Roxanne Perez,
Roxanne Perez, that's right.
Yeah, Roxanne Perez, because she basically has to carry the division until hopefully when Nikita Lyons get back, she'll be right there waiting on her. But Nikita's she's getting over another knee injury.
Yeah.
So
rough one.
So if they if they find a way to get her, but at the same time, NXT is working on their own North American championship.
Yeah.
So,
Again,
they're talented down there.
Yeah, they're very talented down there. And but now, just like the thumbnail said, we're gonna go have our predictions of all these pay-per-view matches, because we got King of the Ring, Queen of the Ring on Saturday. We got AEW Double or Nothing on Sunday. Just like the thumbnail said, we're gonna jump into the bigger pay-per-view. Well, I say that because they have like more matches or whatever the case may be. We're gonna start with AEW Double or Nothing. They have, as per usual, they have a stacked card, and they are touting a triple main event, not a double main event. They are touting a triple main event, and they're in Vegas. Man, I wish I was at Double or Nothing, man. I knew that thing is gonna be crazy. But here's the thing though, like whenever AEW has a pay-per-view and you shelling out $50, you getting what you pay for.
Oh, absolutely.
Like you get what you pay for. Like there's no complaints about, oh, this pay-per-view is long. I'm like, you just paid $50. It better be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
that'd be longer than 2.5 hours.
Right? So it's gonna be like 3.5, 4 or whatever, and you get what you pay for. And honestly, I can't count any time that I was dissatisfied with the pay-per-view after it was over and I paid $50. I think with us, we've been spoiled before AEW showed up. We were spoiled with the WWE network because we was paying $10 a month, and you know that's a positive for us as a consumer because we paying $10 a month.
Yeah.
But some of the negatives is that if there was no competition, we can put out lackluster pay-per-views if you really want to. You're not going to get rid of that subscription because you're still going to tune in at the end of the day. So, and honestly, with the merger with UFC, look for Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, WrestleMania to go back to a pay-per-view format. I mean, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. But back to this Double or Nothing prediction, man. Let's start with the first match, though. Orange Cassidy versus Trent Beretta. Who you think gonna take this dub?
I got Orange Cassidy.
I got Trent Beretta.
I got Orange Cassidy. I got Orange Cassidy beating him straight up.
Yeah, because according to the reports, Trent Beretta challenged him to an old-fashioned wrestling match, not a hardcore match.
You know what? Scratch that. I gotta switch then. If he's doing an old-fashioned wrestling match,
yes,
no heel comes out of their mouth and say we're gonna go straight up, fair out of metal. Nah.
Yeah.
Something's going to happen. Somebody's going to show up. I gotta go with Trent Beretta.
Easily. I see Trent Beretta. Reason I say that is because last time they met, Orange Cassidy got the dub. So I like, if you want to like progress this story and make it and give it some legs, you got to let Trent get this dub to keep this thing going, because what he did was very noticeable. Like, he was part of the Best Friends faction, and then he kneed Cassidy in the face, which I saw it coming. The seeds was planted since, I want to say, like early this year. Like, his attitude been really, well, maybe like a year ago, because they did. I was
about to say, I think the seed was planted when he came back from that neck injury. Yeah. He came back from that neck injury. The hair was cut. Mm-hmm. He was in better shape. Mm-hmm. He stopped being that. We stopped seeing his mom in the van a lot. Like, she used to come around a lot. We stopped seeing that. I think the seeds have been slowly planted. Yeah. And kudos to Tony Khan. Long-term story planning. Yeah. Long-term storytelling. It was a slow burn with this storytelling, but I feel like these seeds have been planted ever since he came back from that last, like that really bad injury where he was gone. I think, if I'm right, that was a neck injury. Yeah. If one now, it was another before that, but if I'm right, it was a neck injury. But I want to say it started before then, and he came back, and it was different. He was more to the point. He was more physical. Like, he hit harder. And while you still had Chucky T being the same Chucky T, Orange being the same Orange,
Yeah.
and everything. But when it came down to it, Trent was a little different.
Mm-hmm.
Trent just came off a little different, more physical.
Yeah. He was a little bit more edgy. I would definitely say that. He was a lot more edgy.
Exactly.
He was a lot more edgy. But yeah, we both say Trent Beretta now.
With you.
I don't think that match is going to start off the show because, I'm not a pro wrestler, but the two most important spots is really your first and your last. So clearly, I mean, they typically start off hot, like anytime they have a pay-per-view. So I think they're not going to start off with Trent Beretta and Orange Cassidy. I mean, they still got some more legs on that. Yeah. But a match I think that's going to start this show is the next one we're going to talk about is the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship Eliminator between Jon Moxley and Konosuke Takeshita.
Probably the most physical match on the card.
Right. Who you think? I don't know now because the next one. So who you think going to win this World Championship Eliminator?
It's hard to bet against Jon Moxley. You know what? I'm going with Moxley.
I'm gonna give you another one. I'm gonna say Takeshita. I think Takeshita gonna get this dub, man. Remember, this is a eliminator. So if Takeshita beats Moxley, that means
he gets a shot.
He gets a shot. Now, a lot of people are like, what's up with these eliminators? I'm like, well, New Japan used to do it all the time because like the G1 Supercard and stuff like that, they had eliminator matches like old school NWA, WCW. They used to have those type eliminator matches. So
yeah,
I think Takeshita going to get this dub, and then Takeshita will be at Forbidden Door, probably doing it again. Maybe a third party might be involved from New Japan, and then we'll see how that happens. But I think Takeshita going to get this dub.
Yeah, I'm going to ride with Mox because again, you have to go to the gates of hell when you go to war with that guy. You literally face the most satanic dude of all time when it comes to this guy. Because I mean, he put you through the ring, even if that match is a one fall straight up match.
Yeah,
thumbtacks are very liable to show up.
What? So, it's a regular match. This is a regular match.
I have a good feeling thumbtacks might show up.
Yeah, it's a regular. Well, I here's why I say it won't be used because the next match gonna have a lot of that.
Yeah,
and next we're gonna have a lot of that. I think it's gonna be like I think it's gonna be a physical match. Probably the most physical match on the card. But considering the high profile matches Takeshita been in, like he went up against Ospreay, he did take an L. And I think he was in another match too, which it was high profile and was super, super physical. And I want to say he took an L there. I think this is where Takeshita gets that dub. And then now everybody because Moxley he don't have a whole long list of people that beat him.
He doesn't. He's got a longer list of people he's beaten.
Yeah.
And Takeshita's list, keep in mind, Kenny Omega has taken an L to Takeshita. I mean, Takeshita's hype level, and I hate the fact that he doesn't get a lot of matches.
Yeah,
now AEW he doesn't, and he needs to because it took me a while, but I'm a fan because he hits hard. It's something about Japanese wrestlers. It's a
strong style.
Japanese wrestlers' punches are the equivalent to 2 white guy punches, 3 black guy punches.
Yeah.
They hit hard. So,
So
I mean, it's Takeshita. At one point, it was here. I feel like he's come down a little bit because we don't see him enough. If we saw him enough, I wouldn't be saying that. But I just feel as though the strong style he brings, I want to see more of it. Again, I think he loses to Mox. But Mox still ends up giving him a title shot anyway, and he beats Mox the next time.
Well, Mox ain't the type to just say, "I'm gonna give you another title shot," though. Like you had your shot, and you're in the back of the line. And this is the IWGP Championship. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like one of the most prestigious championships in pro wrestling. So it's like it's up there. So like,
it is.
If you take that L, man, you the back of the line for sure.
It is.
You know, unless you do something nefarious. But I don't know, man. I think Takeshita gonna shock a lot of people.
He's in the Don Callis family. You never know.
He might shock a lot of people, man.
And Don Callis is getting those boos on that dominant Mysterio level, and I'm loving it. He loves it, I think.
Bro, he does. Bro, I feel like that is the only person that is on the level of Dom when it comes to heat is Don Callis. I don't think nobody has that heat like Don Callis and Dom. Like the minute they step foot out there, it's instant boos.
And Tony Schiavone makes it so much better the way he talks bad about Don Callis. This snake Don Callis is, and I mean, it's the only person that don't pop off like that about him is Excalibur, but Excalibur be so tempted to do it. So I mean, you
gotta let Tony cook, man.
Yeah, I'm a run with John Moxley, but that's just because I'm a fan of John Moxley. But again, Takeshita can run. Takeshita can win this thing.
He can.
Blow for blow.
The next one is the TNT Championship barbed wire steel cage match between Adam Copeland and Malachi Black.
And I'm a Adam Copeland / Edge fan. Malachi Black, and I think Malachi Black makes him join the House of Black.
Oh man, because you know that little slow burn thing. Because I did the dark side of Adam Copeland. That would be so dope, man. Look. Let me tell y'all something. Geek Corner. Let me tell y'all. Heel Adam Copeland, and y'all seen heel Edge before. Heel Adam Copeland is money, like seriously money. Like he is evil.
Cass is in trouble.
Cass is in trouble when Adam Copeland is a heel. Yes.
There's nothing he won't do when he's a heel.
Exactly. Like he will do some ill stuff. Keep him away from Christian, but at the end of the day, like let that man. Yeah, Malachi Black, because obviously there's been heavy critiques about the use of Malachi Black, and heavy critiques, and those critiques are warranted because like, he hasn't had a single title run. We know what Aleister Black is capable of at NXT, and how they kind of fumbled the bag with him on the main roster. Not Triple H's fault, and he moves over to AEW, and he had this heat going with him with Cody Rhodes and other people he was choosing. And then you have the House of Black, where there were trio champions, which it was cool, you know what I'm saying. But individually though, like Brody, Buddy, and Malachi, like individually, they can do their own thing individually. So easily. So
especially Buddy.
And there was a lot of rumors circling with Malachi Black, Ricky Starks, and Buddy Matthews. Or Buddy Murphy. Is it Buddy Matthews? Yeah, Buddy Matthews. Yeah, that once their contract ends, they're gonna jump ship because of obvious reasons. But if Malachi Black wins this match and he's a TNT champion, like that changes the narrative a little bit. It's like whoa, like what are we doing here? And so, yeah, my pick is Malachi Black. Yeah, I want him to win.
I do too, because it's past due. It's way past due to have a title.
Yeah.
Then you've got Buddy Matt, and for anybody that has not kept up or followed Buddy Matthews, go back and look at what this dude could do when he finally went solo in NXT, and they threw him to 205 Live. If you take a look at this dude, he's the biggest 200-pounder I think I've ever seen in my entire life, and just watching this guy move. Like you know how fast Pac moves? Well, Pac moves. Yeah. He moves faster than Pac, and he's bigger. He's strong. Yeah. I mean, this dude can go, and don't even get me started on Brody King. I mean, Brody King is a tank. And that why they don't have that can move. And we don't see big guys like him outside of outside of maybe Samoa Joe, that could move around in a ring like that. And when you look at Brody doesn't get tired. You never see him win it. Brody doesn't get tired. So I mean, it's time for the House of Black to get. It's time for them to get gold. I don't care if it's Ring of Honor. I don't care if it's AEW, but they need some type of titles to warrant the carnage that they lay on the show.
Yeah.
Wait.
I mean, and then even if they don't have the title, but just have them on TV, like every week or every other week, like harassing people, like just taking over. But I mean, like not completely, because you got the Bucks storyline going, which that is the main storyline technically. So, but yeah, our pick really is Malachi Black, and once he wins, man, ooh boy, I want to know how Twitter is. The IWC gonna be in flames. It's well, I thought he was gonna jump ship, but that's our pick. You know, it's not guaranteed, but
that's what we going with, though. That's what we gonna go with.
That's what we going with. Now with Adam Copeland, though, he had several title defenses. He had the Cope Open, and he defended that title ad nauseum. So that is the TV title. Like the TV, what historically speaking, a TV title is to be defended like either every week or every other week, and that's probably the toughest title to hold on to because of so many challenges that you have. So, man, Malachi Black, that's our pick for sure to win the TNT Championship.
That's an easy one right there. I'm going with Malachi.
So the next one up is another championship match, and it is the AEW International Championship between Roderick Strong, Nick Strong, versus Will Ospreay. Now, who's your pick for that, man?
I want Ospreay to win.
Okay.
But unless Ospreay, it's going to be hard for Ospreay because unless he's got some backup.
Yeah.
And I don't see the Don Callis family getting involved against the Undisputed Kingdom. I don't see it. Unless he gets Kyle. The only help I can see him getting is Kyle Fletcher. And now, the reason I say that is I want Kyle Fletcher to get back on my man from Aussie Open.
Okay.
I became a Aussie, oi. I became a quick fan of Aussie Open first time I saw him.
Yeah.
So, I think I'm going to pick Ospreay.
Okay.
But in the back of my mind, I'm feeling Roderick Strong can win this just with the help of the Undisputed Kingdom.
Yeah.
But final choice, I'm gonna go with Ospreay. And I hope what was it group he said? United Empire? I hope some of those guys show up and make sure he's good.
So I'm a little conflicted with this because Adam Cole is hurt, and that derailed a lot of story. Well, actually, not derailed, but it put a long-running story on hold. With the Undisputed Kingdom and MJF. MJF is like nursing some injuries at this point. Adam Cole is out, so that that's put out there. So Roger Strong is technically the defunct leader, and he's the AEW International Champion. With also the Ring of Honor, tag team champions at this point. Now, the positives though for Will Ospreay to win the International Champion is the fact that he's a superstar coming in, and he has the crowd. Yes, he has the crowd by the neck. So if you have him as an international champion and he's defending that championship internationally, and he already has talks about having matches in Uganda, like in Africa and stuff like that. And business wise, that's a smarter business decision, because Ospreay holding that belt brings more eyes to the product and how high flying and how he's so good on the mic, and surprisingly, he surprised a lot of people. So that's the best business decision. Storyline wise, though, if you take that belt from Roderick Strong, then then the Undisputed Kingdom don't look as strong as they are depicted to be.
Yeah.
But that might lead into some other storylines because remember now, a few weeks ago when Adam Cole showed up, he gave Wardlow a death stare. Like
he gave Wardlow a couple death stares within 2 minutes. I'm sitting there looking, I was like, this ain't gonna end well for Wardlow.
No.
This is not gonna be some seeds at all.
There's gonna be some seeds planted. So I mean, if he, you know what, with the momentum that Will Ospreay got, Roger Strong can look good though if he stops that momentum like that. He stops it. But at the same time, toss up. I'm gonna have to flip a coin on this one.
You know what? Can I add this?
What's that?
If Roger Strong wins, TK, I think somebody is teaching Tony Khan how to do long-term storytelling. Because also, I had to look, my man. We completely forgot Jeff Cobb from the United Empire. We saw him last week.
Yes,
he was there.
Yeah,
that's 2 guys: Kyle Fletcher, Jeff Cobb from the United Empire. There. The only one we're missing was Fletcher's partner from Aussie Open, Mark Davis. And from my understanding, Mark Davis is he's doing AEW and Ring of Honor. So all you gotta do really get maybe one more. If you can convince somebody like, I don't know, TJP to bring his crazy behind over here, then guess what? You got another high flyer. You got a solidified performer. We forget TJP, the very first cruiserweight champion in WWE when they brought it back for 205 Live. He was the first one to hold that title. Yeah. He's got a super dope gimmick going on over there right now. True. So you've got 3 United Empire guys there now. Ospreay, Fletcher, Davis. We just saw another one in Jeff Cobb. If Ospreay gets Jeff Cobb on board, he's got the firepower to fight against the Undisputed Kingdom. The Undisputed Kingdom. So I mean, we could see some long-term fighting going on, some long-term feuding.
See, I'm thinking about dollars and cents, right? My pick, and I'm thinking about the business side, is Will Ospreay. Reason being, he can go into Wembley as an international champion.
Yeah.
And in his home country. So there's that. So my pick for this one is Will Ospreay, which means that can further the storyline with Undisputed Kingdom because Wardlow may be the reason why Roger Strong lose that title. And then that leads to even more issues. So it's like, there you have it. Like you the weak link, guy. You the weak link. That kind of thing. So yeah. So my pick, Will Ospreay. I say Will Ospreay. Title gonna change hands. The next matchup though.
What could help Roderick Strong and what could help Wardlow?
Yeah.
If Wardlow interferes and makes sure that title stays with the Undisputed Kingdom.
Yeah, that could be the case.
That could be Wardlow's saving grace for Adam Cole, because I think if I'm right, Cole is not too far from being available to come back. He's not that far off.
Well, yeah. So rumor has it, like with Adam Cole's injury, is that from what I understood, there's no timetable as far as what's going on. So, which that injury is kind of like, which was a freak thing because soon as he hopped off the ramp, boom, that's when he started limping. I was like, oh man, it was such a freak thing to happen. Yeah. But we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. So the next matchup we got though is Tony Storm, timeless. Tony Storm and Serena Deeb. Who's your pick?
Timeless Tony Storm.
You answer that quick.
Timeless Tony Storm. Timeless Tony Storm needs a cortisone shot in the back for carrying the AEW's women's division like she's doing right now. This girl needs a whole back brace. She needs those expensive ass Don Joy knee braces for holding up this entire women's division. I mean, I'm gonna call it what it is. This woman is putting on some of the best work we've seen out of a women's champion in quite some time. Yeah, and I say that respectfully. So So based on what she's doing, because I mean, we got to think about it. What does she say? Tits up and look for the shoe.
Yeah, tits up, chin up,
Chin up, tits up, and look for the. You can't tell me that joke don't make you laugh. I mean, it made when she first showed up, and I was like, "This is gonna be corny."
Yeah.
And I saw this shoe flying, and they did it again. They did it again, and I was like, "This is starting to. I'm starting to catch on. I'm starting to like it." And then I forgot what they had on the announcer's table, on the commentator's table, and she sat there talking, and she said something, and I hollered, almost woke my kids up. I was laughing so loud, and and they were showing the match, and it was her. She's in black and white. They switched to the matching color. They switched back to her in black and white.
Genius.
I said it's unlike it was unlike a regular movie or TV show. There was no continuity error. They kept on with it, and man, even when she wins, they switch back to black and white. I love Serena Deeb. Been a fan of hers a long time.
Yeah,
but I love seeing Timeless Toni Storm as a champ. I love the fact that she's damn near unbeatable. Yeah, keep it that way. But I mean,
keep it that way.
She needs to hold on to this belt at least until March of next year.
Hey, listen, bro. I have no issues with Toni Storm holding that belt for a extended period of time because
let's go.
Her gimmick is crazy good. Look, you know what? I got an idea for her, and I know I'm gonna clip this, and I'm gonna tag her, and I'm gonna tag Tony, and I'm gonna tag TBS. She needs to host Turner Classic Movies. Bring that back. Let her host that, and let her host it in black and white,
in character. In full character, and what I mean, and basically, to be honest, as it's coming on, as the show is coming on, they need to have her theme music play.
Yes, her theme, either Turner Classic Movies, which is a perfect fit, or bring back Dinner in the Movie like they used to have on TBS, and have her in black and white. Everybody else in color, but she's in black and white, and she's like talking about the movie and this, that, and the third. Man, bro, you could do so much with Toni, man. She is a superstar. She already broke the mold. She broke the mold. And
she did this with doing very little.
Yeah.
Doing very little. Her gimmick is super old timey.
Yeah.
She not only does the gimmick, but her ring attire is very old. It's very old timey.
Yeah.
Like like Timeless Toni Storm is Timeless Toni Storm in everything across the board. Yeah. Luther's even with it.
Yeah.
And I stand Luther, but I like him here.
Yeah, listen, she's so dramatic, man. She stripped bucket naked last week. Bucket naked. Like Luther took Serena Deeb's flag, hold the flag up, and Toni took all of her clothes off and wrapped herself up in Serena Deeb's flag. Crowd going ape shit. It was like, yo, naked. She's naked. That kind of noise. But she was so dramatic with it. Like you wouldn't, and it took me a quick second to figure out what the heck was going on. And so she was like, look, I'm disrespecting your flag. You can't do shit about it. So it's, Toni Storm for sure. Like, I feel like for the rest of the year, that's going to be my pick. Toni Storm.
Yeah, easily. Easily. What I wouldn't even care if she's facing a dude. I'm picking Toni Storm.
Easily. Until Jamie Hayter shows up, Toni Storm. Until Jamie Hayter shows back up.
I think there's only two that can beat her. Jamie Hayter. And Britt Baker. I think there's only two that can beat her.
Yeah. Legitimately.
And the reason I'd pick Jamie Hayter is strong as an ox. I mean, this woman can straight lift.
Yes. But they could beat the shit out of each other too.
Yeah. And I'd pick Britt Baker because Britt doesn't mind bleeding.
And she's been training her butt off too, man. She is caught diesel right now.
That bloody face that she had.
Yeah.
That match. Who is she facing that match? I always forget.
Thunder Rosa.
Thunder Rosa. You know that was the match of the year that year.
It was.
That was the match. That was the match of the year on TV. On TV. So I matter of fact, if they could give us a triple threat between those three, cool. If not, you got to give me one of the other to face Timeless Tony Storm, because again, you've got strength in Jamie Hayter, and two Brits, they'll maul the hell out of each other.
Yeah.
But then you got Britt Baker. Britt doesn't give a damn about bleeding.
No. Not
at all.
I feel like, man, listen, sometimes I just tune into AEW just to see Tony Storm, just to watch it, just to look at her segments, because it's so entertaining.
Oh yeah.
And honestly, she's definitely elevating the women's division to like exponential levels, and it's going to forever increase. Now the next match here, Anarchy in the Arena. This is part of the triple main event. The Elite versus FTR, Bryan Danielson, and Darby Allin. Who is your pick for Anarchy in the Arena? I'm gonna tell you mine off rip. The Elite.
I'm gonna go with the Elite.
Yep, the Elite. Like it only makes sense for only the Elite to win this thing. Like
I'm gonna go with the Elite because they've got a lot of history in winning a match like this, and nothing against FTR, Bryan, and Darby, but that's a ragtag group.
Yeah, it is. It's put together group.
That's a ragtag group, and I think what could have been better if Bryan was going to be in it.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see Claudio be with him, for the simple fact that Claudio hits hard. Claudio hits extremely hard.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Darby's too much of a wild card. I mean, he's a very small, to me, he's a very small Mick Foley who doesn't know his limit. But the Elite, I think everything they do in this match is going to be calculated.
Yeah.
And you've got Jack Perry, who's probably been chomping at the bit to have a match like this. He's been needing this type of match.
Yeah. And I think he's going to be the one to go over. I think he's going to be the one to actually do the pin.
Yeah. I think he's going to, matter of fact, I think he's going to do the pin on Darby.
I think so. I think he's going to do the pin on Darby. I think before Eddie Kingston got hurt, I feel like at some point there was probably going to be a turn. But Darby just filling in. Darby got hit by a bus.
Darby was swole up a couple weeks ago.
Right. I mean, like, and this was a couple weeks, like you said, it was a couple weeks ago. This man still got a broken nose. He's not 100%. He said it after the show. He said, but I'm going to do this, right? Darby is a madman. Darby is a skinny Mick Foley. That's who he is.
He's a mini Mick Foley.
He's a skinny Mick Foley. And like you said, it's a ragtag group. Honestly and truly, like with Young Bucks, they're winning the tag team championships. They got Okada being the Continental Champion, and then you have Jack Perry there. They just won those championships. So for them to actually lose, it really wouldn't make much sense because they got to have that much momentum. Like, you beat Team AEW. Who else can stop you at this point? Who's the person that's going to beat y'all to finally end y'all reign? So it only makes sense for the Elite to get this done.
Oh, yeah.
It only makes sense.
It makes sense for the simple fact that you got the Young Bucks who are the EVPs.
Yeah.
It could easily pull a Rock and during this match and change the matchup in its entirety in the middle. It could be fast counts.
Mm-hmm.
They can say, hey, we're going to put in disqualifications. We're going to take it out. I mean, this type of match, anything is possible.
Yeah.
But I know the one thing that's not only possible, but it's a spoiler. The Elite should win this, and I believe the Elite will win it.
Yeah, I believe the Elite are going to win this one. Now, here's the second main event, and that is Willow Nightingale versus Mercedes Moné for the TBS Championship. Yo pick, Alvin.
Willow.
Ooh, that's a wild card pick, boy. Oh, snap. That is a wild card pick.
I do not want Mercedes to win. It's a first match. I'm a fan, but I do not want her first match to be at the expense of Willow.
Is it truly at the expense of Willow? Because she has defended that championship, and she's definitely been highlighting that TBS championship like crazy. Like, she showed up at the wrestling club and surprised them. Like, she's been on TV. Like, she's done a lot of things. And I'm thinking on the business side. And honestly, truly, I know Mercedes been training all like in the ring for weeks, so it's not like she got ring rust. She's going to have ring rust. I mean, she's 100%. She took a table, which, I mean, the crowd went ape shit. So now we already established that Mercedes is a heel now.
Oh yeah,
like
full on.
Yeah, because honestly, truly, she showed up. She hasn't wrestled one match yet. She's been doing promos, so it grew ire from the crowd, and maybe that was by design. And now I'm coming to take this TBS championship, and this is like really a year-long type of story, because Willow like the last week she owned that. She owned it. She was like, "Listen, I walked out the open weight champion. You didn't walk out at all."
I said to get carried out.
I was like, "Oh." So, oh man, it would be awesome if Willow Nightingale actually get this dub.
Yeah,
and I'm not opposed to that. And I love Willow, and for her to have a championship around her waist, an AEW championship around her waist, that says a lot. But I think Mercedes is gonna sneak this one.
It's
for the money, and it's for the publicity, and what she could do with that, because she's the TBS. She's representing the network, technically,
the entire network.
So her and Tony represent that. Oh, and matter of fact, maybe Stokely turns on her, but I don't want him to.
There's your wild card right there. Matter of fact, if it's not her,
Chris Statlander.
It's Statlander.
I forgot about that. I think Chris Statlander is going to turn on Willow. I think that's what's going to happen. I think Chris Statlander is going to screw Willow out of that TBS championship, and that's going to have Mercedes win that thing.
We haven't seen Stat as a heel.
No, we haven't. But we, what's funny? I feel like another seed was planted like a few weeks ago. So when she approached Trent, like, "Yo, that's supposed to be your friend. Why you turn on Orange Cassidy?" And he said something in her ear and walked off. And she just had this look on her face. You know what I'm saying? And then when she was, and also that instant when she was with Willow at the face to face, and Chris Statlander kind of, I don't want to say she instigated it, but it kind of, it looked real fishy. So I think Mercedes got this dub based off of Chris Statlander.
I don't know what it is. Anybody affiliated with the best friends, you've been having a lot going on. You got Chris Statlander, who you and I both think she may possibly turn on Willow.
Yeah.
You see what's going on with Trent. Trent's jumping Orange. Orange, for some odd reason now, has been having Don Callis in his ear.
Yeah.
Then you got Chucky T. Chuck is hurt. We don't even know if he's ever going to come back to wrestling.
Yeah.
Poor Rocky Romero. He's out there by his lonesome, taking on the likes of the Bang Bang Gang, who, by the way, if nobody has heard their theme music, oh my God,
fire!
That's probably one of the coldest
fire
theme. That's probably one of the coldest theme songs. That theme song itself is hip hop for that faction.
I wish it was 50 Cent though, because that one time 50 Cent theme they had, man, I was like, yo, that thing was fire. I was like, like, come on, man, 50, man, let them have it. Let them have it.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, anybody mixed with the best friends, I mean, that entire faction is just in dire straits right now. But again, we could see. I'm with you, man. I think Stat. I think, you know what? I think Stat possibly cost her the match. I'm with you. I think Stat can cost her the match.
I don't want Stokely to change, because I think Stokely as a face, the way he talks or whatever, I think that's really hilarious, and that's Stoke and Willow's relationship is real. It's hilarious.
It is.
And it's something Stoke said on Twitter. I gotta look it up real quick. I
don't think Stokely turns. I think Stat does, and Stokely's gonna be like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, it's a picture of a dude with his arms folded, just looking in his camera. Like I told you, he said, "Double or Nothing." Me asking Mercedes if she remembers what she said. I could have 10 G's and a zip after Willow rocks her shit. Yo, if y'all ain't following Big Stoke, y'all ain't following Stokely Hathaway, this dude is hilarious. This dude is hilarious on Twitter, man.
Yo, what about when he was with Hardy and Private Party, and Isaiah Cassidy goes in his ear and does a and yo, Stokely lost his mind. He got so mad.
Yo, he said
He's
what
so
he said,
awesome,
he told Eddie Kingston he smelled like old potato chips in Newport. I'm like, bro.
Yeah. Yo, something is wrong. Something is wrong with Stokely, man. Something's wrong with that brother.
I know it, bro, Eddie. I know it, bro, Eddie Kingston, because he was off camera when he said it. He said, yeah. No. He said it in front of somebody. He said, yeah, we can finally, hamburgers and Newports. That's what it was. Old hamburgers and Newports. And he was like, yeah, man, we got to get this title off film, man. Tired of smelling like old hamburgers and Newports. It did. The announcer, you heard him
say, something is wrong with Stokely.
Stokely's hilarious, man. Stokely's hilarious. But please keep Stokely with Willow. I would see a heel Chris Statlander. Oh man, that would be something, man. That would be something. Because now you got a Shawn Michaels to your Diesel. Because Chris Statlander can be your Diesel. She's your enforcer at this point. You know what I mean? She's already been TBS champion, sure. But and then Willow's by herself for Stokely. We'll see what happens. Now the main event. Swerve Strickland and Christian Cage.
Swerve.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I think Swerve. It's gonna be a tough one though. It's gonna make you guess. It's gonna make you think.
Swerve.
Definitely Swerve. But Christian though, once I beat you, I'm gonna be the new daddy around here. Don't have daddy issues, all right? Don't have daddy issues in front of Christian.
Don't have daddy. He's coming to pop off about you. Don't have any look. Don't let your pops be dead. Don't let you have a bad relationship with your kids. I mean, he's going to be a problem.
Yeah, don't be a terrible father. He's like, I heard that you are a terrible father. That's why I'm here.
I heard you were late showing up at home for Thanksgiving, so maybe I'll show up on time instead. Yeah. And he always comes out with his turtleneck, his Chelsea boots, and it's just he's an asshole. He dresses like an asshole. He talks like one, and it's just perfect. Every bit of it.
Every bit of it. Every single bit of it, man. But yeah, I do think Swerve it's just another notch, another feather in the cap for Swerve, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't see him losing that championship like anytime soon. So, I don't know who his opponent will be at Wembley. Maybe Hangman Page, maybe him Hangman 4. Ooh. And so that could be his opponent. Maybe Adam Cole. Adam Cole beats him at Wembley, and Adam Cole has the championship, and now you got MJF again. So that can. Oh, speaking of All In and All Out, they actually extended the gap between the two, because you remember last year, All In was one day, then the following week you had All Out, which we like, damn, I'm spending like $50 and $50. What the hell? So I guess the voices have been heard, so they extended it an extra week. So now there's like a week or 2 week gap between All In and All Out. So now you got time to, get your bearings straight, and watch both shows or whatever the case. But now we're going over to WWE, ladies and gentlemen, and you got King of the Ring, and let's start with Gunther versus the SmackDown bracket winner, because we don't know who the winner's going to be. I'm guessing Randy Orton. I think it's going to be Gunther and Randy.
I think Gunther wins.
Of course. Yeah.
I think Gunther wins it. I don't want him to win it because of course it's Randy. He's done
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Randy's done just about everything under the sun, except this. But
do you truly need it though?
He doesn't. And see, you don't want somebody that seasoned to win something like this. Because I mean, if you look back in the day, guys like Triple H hated being the King of the Ring winner. Like he hated the crown, the cape, the scepter. I mean, he hated all of that. But then you had guys like King Corbin who took it and he ran with it.
Xavier Woods did the same thing.
Took it and ran with it. Sheamus took it and ran with it. And the epitome of taking it and running with it, King Booker. King Booker.
And Owen Hart, the King of Hearts, because he was the King of Hearts for a long time.
Yeah. So my bad. That was Dr. Evil I just did. What was King Booker?
Yeah, King Booker.
So I mean, he took it and ran with it. And if you have Gunther when he goes from the ring general to the king general. So I mean,
that's a nice ring to it.
So I mean, he wins it, and farther down the line, we get that battle between him. Because he mentioned it. He mentioned it last night. The Red Dragon mentioned Gunther last night.
Yes,
that seed has been planted. The storytelling, the long-term storytelling, it's already started. So I think Gunther wins. And we're going to get that Smash Mouth fight, that Smash Mouth match between him and Ilya Dragunov in the very near future. But I'm going with Gunther to win the men's.
Yeah, same here. I said that if Gunther was going to lose in the King of the Ring tournament, then he was going to be the Money in the Bank winner. One of the two was going to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I guess with him being the King of the Ring, then that kind of pushes him to another direction or whatever the case may be. And they might hold on to him for a minute and he just have this King of the Ring persona, you know, for a few months, because honestly, that's a title in itself without actually having a belt. So
and you can never lose it.
And you can never lose it, right?
And
it's smart. It's smart because now you keep him on TV, and he don't necessarily have to have a title. You know how badass he is, and everything else in between. So it's kind of like, all right, you know, I got it. The next one up is Lyra Valkyria versus a SmackDown bracket winner. I'm guessing it's going to be Nia Jax.
I'm hoping it's Nia Jax.
Yeah,
I'm hoping it's Nia Jax, and I want Nia Jax to win it. She's been fired. She's been chastised for her safety, which she's gotten better. And the days of the small wrestler just straight up pinning a dominant force like her is over thanks to Vince being gone. I love Bianca Belair, but Nia deserves this.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Nia deserves that shine. And Lyra Valkyria has a bright future, but it ain't now.
Well, her momentum has already been pushed. The fact that she started at the beginning of the tournament and she made it all the way to the finals, and then only thing left for her is to have a tremendous showing in Jeddah and just this short, and you know she might have a feat of strength or something like that puts people on notice, but just come up short because you can go over without getting over. So. Well, I'm sorry, you can get over without going over. So, you know, so Lyra Valkyria is the perfect example of that. So, our pick really is Nia Jax to win her match on SmackDown and go over to the finals, and she wins the Queen of the Ring. Yeah. And she carries that crown for months, and she just be like one of the most dominant women on the roster.
Oh yeah. She's gonna run through that SmackDown division. And while she's doing that, I could see a title match in her very near future between she and Bayley. Because guess what? Those seeds have been planted as well.
Yeah, those seeds have been planted as well. And speaking of women's championship matches, we have Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan. Now, who do you think gonna take this crown?
I think Becky's gonna win that.
Same, man. It's the same. I'm gonna tell you. I know some people like tired of Becky, but Becky is money. Like it is what it is. Becky is money, and I say Becky wins. Liv wins the money, the women's Money in the Bank, and she cashes in on Becky and take the belt anyway. Because, and that's how you do that. And I know Becky was an audible that was being called.
Yeah,
you know, she showed back. You know, that was an audible, and she's holding
huge
the title.
audible.
Yeah, she got the book out, and I'm like, man, I'm tired of seeing Becky, but you know, Becky's money, and it's whatever gonna make money. You know, Liv and Becky are not on the same like plane right now, and that's no slight against Liv because she's going to get there at that point. But and I can't see no title changing hands like that in Jeddah. Like, let's keep it a buck. Saudi Arabia, any pay-per-view, I view it, any pay-per-view in Saudi Arabia is a glorified house show. And it is what it is. Like I not to say I can't take these matches seriously because each match is very entertaining. It's just that you almost like 90% sure on what the result's going to be.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, the only shocker in Saudi was when the Fiend lost against Goldberg, and I was super pissed at that.
Everybody was pissed at that.
Yeah. I like that was just dumb. But either way.
Very.
So this is the one right here that I'm very much interested in. Sami Zayn, Chad Gable, and Bronson Reed for the Intercontinental Championship.
As much as I want Bronson Reed to win, Sammy's gonna retain. Sammy's in front of a whole bunch of people that's on his wave. He's gonna be in front of a whole bunch of folks that's on his wavelength.
Yeah.
Personal and spiritual wise. They love Samuel. It took Samuel a while to get over there because I think I forgot what the issues that he had been having. It took him a while to finally perform over there.
It took him a while, yeah.
But once he did, oh my goodness, he came out with the all white on. Yeah, he's not losing in front of them. WWE's not going to do another. I don't think they're going to do another Montreal. But if I had, again, I want Bronson Reed to win, but he won't. And if Sammy doesn't win, I could see Chad Gable going with it, but I'm picking Sammy.
Okay, I remember what I said about title changing hands. This one really has the highest potential for title changing hands out of any of the matches, right?
It does.
My pick is Chad Gable.
I can see it.
My pick is Chad Gable. I think, but he don't pin Sammy. He pins Bronson.
Dang, that's tough. Right?
He pins Bronson, and then they have this feud between his Sammy. Like, you never pinned me, cuz, you know what I'm saying? And then you got this little feud going on. You know what I'm saying? Then then of course Chad still goes over because I mean Chad do deserve a belt. Sammy deserves a belt too. At the same time, I know a lot of people wanted Chad Gable to be in that spot at WrestleMania, and Sammy took that spot, which we were still happy the fact that Sammy won. So I get that, but my wild card pick though it will be Chad Gable. I'll say Chad Gable wins that Intercontinental Championship. Thank you. Be out there, man. The evil Kurt Angle, man. He's Pert Gable. I seen that sign yesterday too. Like it said Pert Gable. It say Pert Gable. I saw it too. But it said Chad Gable with Otis. Now Otis did some interference yesterday. You know what? I changed my pick. I'm gonna say Sami Zayn. I think Sami Zayn gonna get this dub because of Otis.
I think he gets through to Otis.
Yeah, because of Otis. Yeah, because of Otis. Because Otis gonna be conflicted. Like, I don't know. And especially how he been treating Maxine. But look like Maxine been getting better. Yo, Maxine been doing it.
Maxine has been doing her thing in the ring.
Ever since that pep talk. Yo. So, and I think like when people was giving Maxine flack, I feel like they had Maxine do that on purpose.
Yeah.
I feel like they had her do that stuff on purpose. Because, because if I'm like looking at it with a magnifying glass, I'm just like, there's no way Maxine is like this in the ring. I know she's capable of like 10 times more. And I think they're holding her back from doing certain things and making it look like she don't know what she's doing. Yeah. To further progress the storyline with the Alpha Academy and Chad Gable jumping down her throat and who was it? Candice LeRae jumping on her throat to make it like a bullying thing, and then you automatically see Maxine like elevate herself, and then to the point where one day she might win the championship title at some point, because she went from the bottom to the top, and that's perfect storytelling right there.
Exactly.
To look like you don't know what you're doing, to from rags to riches, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
because I feel like ain't no way you had her on the main roster like looking like that on purpose.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
ain't
but
no
you know.
way.
But you know how the internet trolls is, like, you can't wrestle, you shouldn't be on TV, da, 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 da. And I was like, listen, all y'all doing is feeding the machine. That's all y'all doing. Feeding the machine.
Yeah. That's all you're doing.
That's all you're doing. Feeding the machine. Cody Rhodes and Logan Paul.
Cody.
Exactly.
I gotta go with Cody on this one. And
this is for the United States title too. It's title for title, I think.
Well, see, I thought he said he won definitive U.S. title.
Yeah, okay. It says for the undisputed WWE championship. But I want to say that U.S. title is on the line, which honestly and truly, that makes things a little bit more interesting, because like, how you going to have like a double champion? What you going to do with that?
That's a good point.
That's a good point. I think if they're doing a title for title, I think it's going to be some kind of disqualification where the titles don't change hands at all.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be like one of them dusty finishes. And well, I can't really call it a dusty finish. I think it's going to be one of those screw job finishes, because I feel like there's a seed been planted with LA Knight and Logan Paul, and LA Knight looking at that United States Championship, and LA Knight being the one that beat Logan Paul for that United States Championship.
Yeah.
So,
they planted that last week.
Exactly. So I think that's what's happening. If it is title for title, no titles will change hands. There's gonna be some kind of disqualification. Sorry, Saudi Arabia, you got screwed. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's what I think gonna happen if it's title for title. But and honestly and truly, with the momentum that Logan Paul has, you can't have him lose momentum like that anyway. You can't have him take that L. So it gotta be a cockamamie way for them to do it. Like somebody get disqualified and title don't change hands, and then it is what it is. Because at this point, between him and the bloodline, that story is over. So in a way, Cody doesn't have much of anything right now. He's grasping straws at this point.
And unless Solo steps up, but he's got his hands full for the most part with maybe Randy Orton and then Kevin Owens. When he comes back. So I mean, Cody basically Cody's kind of chilling.
Cody's chilling. He's chilling with the United States Championship. I mean, there's Rock stepped away to do the movies and stuff like that. So, my speculation is that, Rock gonna show up at SummerSlam, and then that storyline gonna pick back up again. Mm-hmm. And then you got something to fight for. Also, my prediction is it's gonna be a civil war between the bloodline. You're gonna have Roman, the Usos, and maybe Sammy.
Yeah.
And then you got Rock and Solo and the Tonga brothers and Jacob Fatu, because that's your wild card over there. So Paul Heyman is shook out here. You know what I'm saying? This man is beside himself. He's at his wit's end. You know what I'm saying? This man is in the corner, bro. This man is struggling, stressed.
My man got a cup of Burnett's vodka poured, bro.
Easily. He drinking gasoline. I know he's drinking gasoline. He's like, listen, man. Pure
arsenic.
Like, Roman, please get here yesterday.
and I also think Solo is BS and talking about I'm now running things, at the orders of the tribal chief now.
Oh yeah. Those ain't no orders, bro. Matter of fact, the seed's been planted before WrestleMania when he grabbed Roman, like, what you doing? Like, hit him. Like, do what you gotta do. Like, he's like doing this number right here. He did it a couple times. How
about this? Whenever Roman, it was on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Roman was telling Jay that he was like, look, you can have all this. You can have all this. He took it. He took the tribal chief's red layoff. And you saw Solo pick it up and stare at it.
Yeah.
Solo's been power hungry for a while.
Yes.
And everybody has known it. And
You seen Caesar? Ed 2 Brutus?
And hey, let's give Solar his props. The mic skills before our very eyes, he's getting better.
But see, here's the thing. He always had mic skills. He had mic skills since NXT. It's just that the persona changed once he left NXT to main roster, and then people forgot that he had mic skills. But now, you know, you see that mic skills popping off, and you got the hair slicked back, you got the suits on, you know what I'm saying? Tama Tonga sounded like Donnie from Wild Thornberries. You know? Yo, when he stays like, yeah. I'm like, yo, what is this man doing?
Yo, that let me know. Like Steph was like, yeah, he crazy. I said, yo, this dude is loony right here.
Loony. And you know what? Somebody was like, they had him say that to keep him from dropping F-bombs on live TV because he used to drop F-bombs a lot in Japan.
God,
I'm like, man, people was on that like that, bro. It was like seconds. Twitter has no scruples, man. Like the minute he did that, boom, shared, and then like using him as a meme. It was like, man, don't do Tonga like this.
It took me a second. I looked at Tonga Loa. I said, Tonga Loa looks familiar.
Yeah.
Tonga was there. I forgot what his name was, but he was with Sin Cara Negro when he became Hunico. And I was like, yo, this dude really looks familiar. And I seen him and I thought that. And I said, yo, basically my man has come back. He basically had to go over there to Japan, do his thing. He came back. And I mean him and Tama Tonga, some big boys. This big boys right there. So to see what the bloodline has become now, basically, you can basically say that Solo is making his own thing because this isn't those are not the only two he's gonna have.
No,
Jacob's. I think Jacob's on the way.
On the way.
So when Jacob gets there, and I mean we can't forget. I mean you've got Hikuleo over there. Who knows if Hikuleo gets out of his contract? So I mean, you never know what's going to happen.
Nope, not at all, man. And those are our predictions for this big wrestling weekend. Now I know I'm gonna have to watch King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring like later on into the night on Saturday because I'm gonna be in Raleigh on Thursday for Animazement, myself, Ellie, and Brittany. So we're gonna be like taking pictures and all that other stuff. Now Double or Nothing, I will be back home in time for Double or Nothing to watch that in live in a living color. You know what I mean? And you know, shout out to Mike Tyson because Mike Tyson gonna whip Jake Paul's ass.
I need that.
There's nothing else need to be said about it. Keep Cameron safe at all times.
Oh man, protect. Look here. Why they decided to put Killer Cam on TV is beyond me, bro. Protect Killer
Cam. Like, bro, like, did y'all screen this man before y'all put him on CNN? Like that.
They must have forgot what he did with Bill O'Reilly.
Yes.
Clearly forgot what he did with Bill O'Reilly.
Come on, man. So, I think a couple days ago. No. Yesterday. I got the strength to watch Iron Claw. I got the strength to watch Iron Claw.
I heard it was good. I haven't watched it yet.
It is really good. Probably won't watch it again. But that's a heavy movie. That's a heavy movie, man. When them tragedies started happening, it was like a domino effect, like boom, 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 boom.
I remember reading on it.
It was crazy, man. And the older brother, Kevin, I think it's Kevin. Kevin's the one that lived, and he got a ranch in Hawaii, and all his kids and grandkids all live with him in Hawaii, like all of them. So 40. It's like 40 people, yeah. And which I mean, for what I understood by Iron Claw is that, you know, you got to read about it, but the movie, you know, obviously the movie took a little bit of liberty. That Atkinson, I think Atkinson was the original name. Yeah. But then Dad changed it to Von Erich, but Kevin was alluding to the fact that there's a curse behind the Von Erich name, and they didn't know what the curse was or whatever. And then everything was cool and chill until stuff started happening, and it started happening in succession. And so when Kevin had his child, he renamed him Atkinson. Like he said, nah, you don't get the Von Erich name.
Yeah.
And Kevin really, honestly, truly, Kevin's really the only one that really didn't affect physically him in the movie. But man, phew, that's a heavy movie, man. You just mentally prepare yourself. That's all I can tell you. That last death though, that last one got me. I was like, God dang. I'm like, come on, man.
Because I remember as a kid, I was watching the Survivor Series, and of course, one of the entrants on the Survivor Series team was the Texas Tornado, Kerry Von Erich. And as a kid, I had the Texas Tornado as an action figure. Like his move, you twist the torso, and his move was a spinning tornado.
Tornado.
And man, just to when it hit me, I was like, yo, I was a fan of this guy when I heard how he died. And of course, as a kid, you don't understand.
Yeah,
you don't understand suicide like that as a kid.
No.
But when it hit you, and for starters, it took me years to find out the better parts of his career. He wore a prosthetic foot.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. I mean,
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that. It was, I mean, stuff like that. And when I mean the better part of his career, I mean, we're talking WWF days. He's moving around, running. I mean, this was a guy who could move in the ring. Like, he wasn't stationary. No.
Yeah.
Kerry could wrestle. Like, he could flat out get it done in the ring. So, I mean.
Yeah, Kerry probably was that guy, man, because he was supposed to, he definitely was super athletic.
Oh, yeah.
And I want to say he beat Ric Flair for the NWA title, if I'm mistaken.
Yeah, like all them. If I'm right, I think he also carried the Intercontinental Championship. Like,
he beat Mr. Perfect.
Like them Von Erich boys could wrestle.
Yeah,
them guys could really wrestle, and that's a wrestling dynasty that we don't talk about. I mean, Cody's song speaks truth. There's more than one. Like, wrestling has more than one royal family. We don't talk about the Von Erichs enough.
Yeah, Von Erich is definitely stand the test of time, man. I mean,
we don't talk about them guys enough. It's tragedy, yeah. Wrestling royalty,
for sure. Absolutely. If you look, I challenge anybody like on the Geek Corner as a pro wrestling fan. If you are a pro wrestling fan, you owe it to yourself to watch Iron Claw. Like, Chavo Guerrero is in it, MJF is in it. Like, there's other wrestlers that's actually in it that's been a part of that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's a credit. Like, when I tell you, like, the red carpet, like, people from both promotions went to go see that movie at the red carpet. Like, learn yourself. Learn you. Yeah. Go watch Tales of the Territory and watch some of the other stuff, man. Like, understand where stuff comes from and how storytelling. Because I still say to this day, between Paul Heyman and Dusty Rhodes, those are the best bookers ever in pro wrestling.
And that's why I tell people, I say, look, wrestling's cool again, but it never honestly stopped being cool. It never stopped being fun. It's just WWC died off. And of course, WWE bought it and everything, and then of course Vince gave us some sucky matches, some sucky pay-per-views. Triple H is trying to take wrestling to heights that Vince, of course, dreamed of, but of course,
plateau. Technically, Vince already took it there. He already made it publicly traded.
He did.
Yeah.
I feel like Vince may have plateaued in his thinking.
Yeah.
His dreams didn't, but his thinking and execution did. Of course, we've got AEW now, New Japan. You got women's. You got WoW over there. I mean, there's so much wrestling. But at the end of the day, I feel as though for any wrestling fan, I'm not saying go get your VCR and pop in an old VHS for wrestling, but go back and look at history. Look at the Ricky the Dragon Steamboats versus the Macho Man. Look at guys like Ravishing Rick Rude. How this man, the better part of his career had a mustache like this and got it done. If you look at this man's figure, he was in shape wise, never caught him lacking.
Nah.
And
People like wrestlers used to say, man, that's like one of the strongest people, if not the strongest person they ever met in their life. He was Cesaro before Cesaro.
Yeah. And if
like, he was doing some unimaginable feats in the gym for what other bigger wrestlers was talking about.
Look at Mr. Perfect. Mr. Perfect's finishing move was a damn fisherman suplex that nobody could really kick out of.
The perfect plex.
I mean, you had go back and look at Owen Hart. Owen Hart unfortunately died doing a stunt, and this man hadn't even. I still don't think he scratched the surface yet. I still don't think he scratched the surface. Eddie Guerrero died when he was clean.
Yeah,
Eddie Guerrero he had gotten off the drugs.
Yeah,
Chris Benoit unfortunately murdered his wife, but I think that Eddie's death was the last straw for him.
Yeah, and I think that was it for him.
Yeah, and
he was wrestling with some demons there.
True demons. And I mean, tell folks, look, go back and look at Ric Flair, Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan wearing the yellow and red, and the transition he made
Ultimate Warrior
to Hulk Hogan. I'd say this. If you're going to look at anything that's in regards to Ultimate Warrior, look at how he would sprint to the ring, and you can go to somebody else. So I mean,
yeah, he was like that less than 5-minute matches. You know, it was nothing technical about it. You know what I'm saying? No. But his charisma was over the top. Like you didn't have to do a whole lot. So,
I give you two more. Look at Macho Man. A lot of people don't think about Macho Man was a bit of a high flyer. He spent a lot of time off that top rope. Yeah, and Shawn Michaels when he first went solo. And of course, one of the greatest technicians of all time, Mr. Goat himself, Bret the Hitman Hart.
Yes, sir.
And real quick, I don't want to leave the women out. Alundra Blaze, Jacqueline, because we don't shine on Jacqueline like we should.
She should have won that swimsuit contest against Sable, by the way. I'm 10 toes down on that.
Don't you get me started on that. Don't get me started on that. And another wrestler I'd say back there, you maybe Ivory. Those three.
Yes. Right. Yeah, Ivory.
Those three right there. Alundra Blaze, Jacqueline, Ivory. Yeah. Ivory because she put in the work. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, feel free to look at some Molly Holly too, because Molly Holly worked.
Mickie James.
Oh my God! I'm glad you said that.
Mickie James. Listen. If you listen, let me tell y'all something. If y'all want to see some women wrestling for your ass, if y'all want to see some women's wrestling for your ass, I'm gonna need y'all to get the TNA subscription and go watch those TNA knockouts from the 2000s. I mean, I'm gonna tell you right now.
I'm a fan of ODB, bro.
ODB, Gail, Kim, the beautiful people, man, Awesome Kong. That's like, I'm barely scratching the surface with these women. When I tell you, they set the tone. They are the women's evolution. Like I know WWE was talking about the women's revolution and stuff like that. No. That wasn't the women's revolution. The TNA knockout division was the women's revolution. I'll tell you that. Oh, rip. I'll fight that.
These women got it in, bro. And,
yes, sir.
Gail Kim is a beast.
Yeah.
Gail Kim is a dog, boy.
Oh, no doubt about it.
Gail Kim is a dog. Oh man.
We had some gems growing up, bro. Like we had, again, the TNA knockouts had the best women division, period. And WCW had the best cruiserweight division, period. Like it was no 205 live, bump that noise. WWF had the light heavyweight division. That shit didn't last long. Nah, it was the cruiserweight division.
Malenko, Ray, Juventud, Psychosis, Billy Kidman, La Parka. Oh, rest in peace, La Parka. Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
Ultimo Dragon.
That
Sony Ono.
I put somebody in that Dragon sleeper one time. If you know what you're doing, you can hurt somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, yeah, that cruiserweight division, and Monday Night Nitro gave us cruiserweights every week, and they didn't just give us one match. They gave
us a couple.
In that 2 hour slate, they gave like 2 or 3 matches.
That was the glue. That put Nitro together, man. That was the highlight. Because even Goldberg was like, listen, when I go back and watch Nitro, I don't watch our big matches. I watch the cruiserweights because that's the most entertaining for me.
Oh man,
because they was moving and shaking in the ring, man. It's like it's whatever. But go back and watch the cruiserweight, WCW cruiserweight division. I think there's a YouTube channel that has like a list of cruiserweight matches. Now, before I go, I found something, right? To this day, I still say fuck Hulk Hogan. I say that.
Yeah.
But I found Thunder in Paradise. I want to watch it. I found the movie and the series. I ain't gonna lie, I really did love Thunder in Paradise, mainly because Sting did a guest appearance, and then he was Hammerhead, and then he turned good or whatever. And I'm like, dang, Sting's a bad guy. And that was like, and I think Ric Flair was on there at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Thunder in Paradise, man. Yeah, that probably me a guilty pleasure. Man, I ain't gonna hold you.
And real quick, for anybody that want to see some good Japanese matches, check out any match Sting ever did in Japan.
Yes, you can find him.
Instant classic. You see him show up. He's got on a big old USA jacket. Look, when Sting wore that USA,
Great Muta.
Look at when Sting wore that USA jacket. Somebody was catching hands.
Somebody was catching hands, and you about to see a classic.
Him and Great Muta. Man, when I saw that when they had Muta on AEW, when he showed up and he and Sting had a moment, I said, that was my childhood right there.
Yeah,
because Muta, I think he just retired, and
yeah, he's not too long to retire. He retired before Sting did.
Muta is that guy. Muta name rang deep in these streets, bro.
Oh yeah, the green mist. Like don't get mist in the face. Like you see Aleister Black do it. I know you seen Julia Hart do it. Like this, you seen Tajiri do it from back in the day. Like you seen other wrestlers do it, but Great Muta, he was that guy. He's the first one I seen that shoot mist in your face. So and that was going to be the interview at that point. You getting rocked after that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But check it, man. That is our show for today, man. And we will be back on Thursday. Myself and Boogie Blends back. And shout out to Boogie Blends too, man. Congratulations to Boogie Blends because him and his lovely lady got married over the weekend in New York. Yeah, so that's
congratulations,
the reason why,
Boogie Blends.
Yeah, that's the reason why my boy wasn't on the show on Sunday with us because he was out here celebrating his nuptials, man.
The nups.
He gets situated in the nuts, you know what I mean? Got themselves a farm over there. So, but Boogie Blends is back on Thursday, and we're gonna be talking about some nerd geekdom news. Again, if you're not subscribed to the Patreon, go ahead and subscribe to the Patreon. The link is in the description below, and go ahead and subscribe to our channel. Go ahead and like our channel, and you got anything else for the listeners out there?
Yeah, man. Again, wrestling's cool, man.
Yeah,
wrestling's cool. Wrestling's cool to watch. Wrestling's a beautiful sport. Of course, hey, look, if you say it's fake, you say it's scripted, whatever. But it's fun to watch. I'm telling you, it's an awesome hobby. For my wrestling fans out there, if you haven't watched the Bray Wyatt documentary on Peacock, oh my god, I would say WWE's put out some documentaries over the years. This one got me in my feels watching that one.
Yeah.
So please, when you get a second, watch that one. Of course, since I'm part of wrestling, the wrestling part of Orange Phoenix, Pizzle. When you get a second this weekend, I ain't even gonna say when you get a second, but when you get time, watch the wrestling this weekend. It is an amazing weekend. We got both WWE on Saturday, AEW on Sunday. It's Memorial Day weekend. Go ahead, step outside, get your grill on real quick.
Yep.
And then
flip them burgers, cuz.
I'm telling you, go ahead, flip the burgers real quick. Get to some wrestling. But hey, it's a big weekend for wrestling. Enjoy. Have a safe Memorial Day weekend. And as I always say, you can't be famous. Be infamous.
Be infamous, man. Holla at y'all.
Look at Stigma guys out.